And welcome into Hometown Today here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishing in downtown Beaver Dam. Well, let's talk a little bit about Professional Floor Covering. Randy and his team are here to help you design the perfect space. Over 1,000 samples of carpet, LVP, hardwood, tile, area rugs, and window finishings. But it's so much more than floors. It's a wide selection of kitchen and bathroom countertops, cabinets, tile, shower inserts, and more. But let's talk flooring, Kale. It's nice to have you sitting next to me today. We get to actually talk about this on the fly in person. But there's so many different types, styles, and brands of flooring. They got that carpet, that hardwood you know I love, that laminate LVP, tile, stone, area rugs, and Randy and his team will come out to measure, provide suggestions on type of flooring at the price points that meet your budget. Professional Floor Covering and Abbey Design Center. You can find them at 713 Park Ave in Beaver Dam or online at proflr.com. We are outside today, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Right outside the Chamber of Commerce here. If you're watching on DailyDodgeTV, we have this awesome backdrop. I'm so happy the smart people here thought to put us here instead of me just like facing the street or something. But I'm very excited, too, because this is a big, big weekend.
Yes,
and
it is.
And we start this 2-hour special Hometown Today with Shannon Cooley, the Tourism and Marketing Manager with BD Tourism. Shannon, we only talked to you 48 hours ago, but I know that there's been so much going on in your world. What is this event this weekend? What does this all look like?
It's going to be a very busy weekend here in Beaver Dam. We've already had our convention members for the American Peony Society checked in on Wednesday. So we have full hotels. We do actually have some availability. So if you're looking for a hotel stay and you want to stay overnight because there's so much to do here in Beaver Dam, but between the American Peony Society National Flower Show that's happening on Saturday and Sunday, which is free and open to the public. We also have our Wisconsin Arts and Peony Festival, which starts today. So we're super excited. We've lots of work behind the scenes. I just wanted a call out to our chamber staff who work really hard to put these events together, and all of the businesses and organizations that step up and help us bring this festival together. So, and that's the Dodge County Historical Society, Nancy Zeman Sewing Studio, DCCA, so Dodge County Center for the Arts, and Art on the Town, and so many other businesses. I don't want to miss anyone, but if it wasn't for them, this festival wouldn't happen. And of course, Oven's Peony Farm, which is the largest stem cut peony farm in the state of Wisconsin, and we love owning that. So we're super excited about this event happening Friday through Sunday. Stop at the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center, or you can go to visitbeaverdam.com, grab a full schedule of events there and download it to your phone, or you can stop at the chamber and pick up a schedule of events. We also have our Brunch and Blossom Stroll happening today and tomorrow. So all kinds of things going on. And then, of course, the Taste of Wisconsin is happening Saturday, our Beer, Cheese, and Wine Festival. We are super excited that event is happening as well. 40 breweries will be featured, 5 different wineries, all local Wisconsin, and numerous amounts of cheese. We actually have 12 different cheese places, and actually not 12 different cheese places. I would say there's probably 50 to 60 different varieties of cheeses that you're going to be able to try and sample, on top of really great food trucks this year. I'm so excited that we finally have a cheese curd food truck vendor that's going to be at the Taste. We have Brace's Barbecue that will also be there, and the market will also be selling the brats. So you know what the brats I'm talking about, right?
Oh, I was just saying, do we have varieties this year? Or is it just your regular throw it in there, give me the ketchup, mustard, onion? What are we going for?
And I think it's the Grandpa's brats, right? Yep, Sierra's shaking her head. So.
Oh, I thought you meant like types of
no,
the actual
I don't know if there's varieties. I'm going to have to check back with you
no,
and
fair
let
enough.
you know. But Taste of Wisconsin tickets still available. tasteofwisconsin.net. $55 gets you unlimited sampling from noon to 4. So check that out. Tickets are actually going fast. So overnight we sold a whole bunch of tickets, and they are limited. So get your tickets now before you can't.
Visit beaverdam.com, by the way. That's going to be your best friend this weekend. Yeah, and a lot of stuff going on.
And I know what you're leading to, Kale, because you're looking at me. So we have a new Taste of Wisconsin app. go out to that app, download it on Google and Apple Store. You're going to see all the different breweries, all the wineries, and everything that they're bringing to the taste.
I've already downloaded the app, Wally, and I've already made my to-drink list. And by the way, the app is super, super handy. Like, you can sort by kinds of beer. You can sort by the vendors. You can. I love too that you have like an actual like map of the grounds laid out. You can see where the booths are, all that stuff, and it's also on like a satellite image, which I really, really like because I can't envision it when it's like that weird just gray, brown, tan color in the background. It's actual satellite image, so you can actually visualize where everything's set up. It's super handy.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, there's like 50 plus breweries that are going to be a part of this. Is it?
So it's 40 breweries.
40 breweries.
Yep. And of course our favorite, because we're a little biased here, Uga's going to be there as well. But 5 different wineries. We have Drumlin, Ridge, Von Steele, Ziegler, which is Fond du Lac. We're happy to bring them back. Naughty Numb, of course, our local, and Timber Hill, which is new this year.
Ooh, so it makes sense. Get the app again. The to-do list. That's something, or the drink list.
Yes.
Something I've never heard of before.
Yes, so if you download it now, you can actually go through all of the beers that you want to try, and it tells you what booth or what tent they're in. So, if those are, what kind of beer you like, right? Everybody kind of knows I'm a chocolate oatmeal stout kind of girl.
Ooh, nice.
So I've already have my list as well.
And if you hit your list hard, the really cool thing about this too, you guys have trolleys that are going to be able to drop you off. There's like 3 or 4 stops. American, the Beaver Dam High School, is there one right out here, I want to say?
Yep. So Beaver Dam High School at the American Peony Society National Flower Show, right outside the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center, Beaver Dam Tire parking lot, and then the Comfort Inn and Suites. And then if you are staying at the American, you can actually call, and the trolley will pick you up on route. So, and you can find that is all listed out on the parking, the trolley stops. The scheduled event is all in one document, so you can download all of the information from visitbeaverdam.com.
Shannon, and we get to talk to you again here in about an hour, but before we get to that point, I was going to say, is there anything that people really need to know about, or what you really are excited for coming up this weekend?
To be quite honest, it's a lot of work on our end, and I think people should come downtown and see the yarn bombing. These guys don't get enough credit.
Yeah.
They really put on a show. Stooge's fence is completely decorated. Lots of flowers. I would say almost thousands of flowers were added to the fence at Stooge's. And our yarn bombers, we have people from all over, not just Dodge County, but Dane County, that come and they create this, and lots of hours behind all of this. So lots of volunteers too. I want to give a call out to our volunteers at the Taste of Wisconsin. I am super excited for our 2:00 thumbs up from Tracy when we can go and sip and sample after putting in a whole hard day's work of setting up and then also rolling into taking down. So if you're interested, again, Taste of Wisconsin tickets, tasteofwisconsin.net, and we're doing a giveaway. So stay tuned. We'll be giving away a ticket thanks to the John Henry Companies, and we will be doing that live. So the first caller wins. So stay tuned.
Well, I know you're a very busy woman, especially this weekend, Shannon. So we're going to let you get back to work for an hour before we drag you back in, hear a little bit more about everything. We're going to step aside now for a break on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. That was close, right?
Yeah, Randy was just here this morning. Oh, Randy's out. It's working.
And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, presented today and every day by Professional Floor Covering. It's also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Very excited now. We are joined by Greg Casson, again, another guest we've had on in the last couple, weeks here.
Yep.
Talking about all the big events coming up. I want to talk a little this morning about the community mural painting. This is my first go-around with everything going on.
All right.
What is the community mural painting, and where's that going to be taking place?
Well, it's a great opportunity for us to do to showcase Beaver Dam and this a lot of famous people from Beaver Dam. The chamber has a program called Leadership Beaver Dam, and when you go through it, I'm from the class of 09-10, which is the best class ever, by the way. For those listening, especially Sheriff
I've
Schmidt.
picked up on a trend that a lot of classes are the best classes.
Oh no, we were the best.
Did you just hear it?
I call it the sheriff.
Yeah. Craig may not be around for Taste of Wisconsin.
So we did it. What they did was the theater worked with Stephen Bennett, who's a local. He lives in Beaver Dam here, but he's a world famous artist. He's done art for a bunch of famous dignitaries and things like that. He actually has a painting he did of Aman, who was David Bowie's wife or girlfriend or whatever. I don't remember, but he did that. Got to meet her and got a portrait for her. And he travels all over the world and does all these things. He's a fascinating guy, just totally fascinating. But he did. He's doing this mural where you take it's like 100 squares, and they're one by one, foot by foot, and then he draws out the picture he wants, and then he draws it. It's kind of a paint by number, but it's not just blue and red. It's hues. So when he says it's 5, you can use any of those colors. There's a wide range of hue colors in this 5 bucket, and you can pick any one you want, and you do that, and then you get to autograph and put your name on it, and then they put it up on the side of the wall. If you go past the theater, there's already some great ones out there. There's John McKinstry. Oh, John McKinstry. Yep,
Nancy
and
Zeman.
yep, and there's some Lois Ehlert. And she's some fantastic people up there, and I believe they're doing Robert Rompuy, right?
Yes,
he was a
yep.
famous hockey player, Olympic hockey player,
yep.
and his son ran Rompuy's carpet corner down here, and so it's a great chance to do it. So it's free. I believe from 9 to 1, you can come down and paint it. Come early because last time I got there at 1:45 and they're already gone. So because I was helping somewhere else, but it'll be under the overhang at the old drive-through at the Dodge County Center for the Arts, which is our mural, which is our like a carport or what it used to be the drive up. We just left it that way, so we're going to do it under there just in case of the weather, which won't happen. But the sun, if there's a lot of sun and stuff, so you come down, get a free tile, paint it right there. When it dries, you get to put your name on it and just put it up on the wall.
Well, that's really cool, too. It's an opportunity where you can go out and make a memory with your family and put something that's going to be in the community. Every time you're going to drive past it, you see it, you're going to be like, look at that. That's what we did. We were a part of that. And my understanding then, it's kind of like one of those pictures where you see like those small photographs put together and it makes another big one. And you mentioned he's going to give you like 5 different hues you can pick from, and you get to actually choose what you're going to do with that?
Yep, you get to choose the hues you want. You get to do it any you want. Some of the squares don't have anything on them, so you can do anything you want because the ones on the way out, just in the outside edges. So there are people drawing Packer logos and all kinds of stuff on there and having fun. You put your name on there. In fact, I did the John McKinstry one, and when I went up to we went up to unveil it, Stephen walked up to me and he goes, "I hope you don't mind I messed with your tile." And I'm like, "I don't care what you do. You're the artist." He goes, your name wasn't big enough, so I made it bigger." I was like, "Okay, all right." So you want to see it from farther away? I'm like, "Okay, all right, fine."
Well, an added incentive to get there early to try to get one of these empty ones that you get to be extra creative with instead of the color by number design.
I think it's random. I think you just get what you just hand you one and you get what you get. But it was wonderful. My son and I did it one year. My wife and I did it another year. So I've got a couple up there. And it was great because my grandkids were reading a book in school by Lois Ehlert. And they had it home, and I said, "Do you know who Lois Ehlert is?" "No." And I said, "Well, I met her. She's passed away, but I met her. She's from Beaver Dam." And they're like, "Really?" So we took them down to the picture and had them hold the book up in front of the picture, her book. So it's pretty cool that they were pretty impressed by that I actually knew somebody that was an author.
Yeah, well, no,
Other than Ninja.
yeah, well, Ninja. Everybody knows Ninja. He's another one of the people that. His mural's coming in 2028. He's telling
The
us right
ninja
now.
mural. I like it.
Well, we're due for that. That's a matter of time. I mean, maybe next year when we wrap around. How long has this community mural painting idea been in the works? Is this something that we've seen at this event in the past? And
Yep, this will be the 6th one. Yeah, this will be the 6th one.
sixth time doing it.
Yep.
Now, has this changed at all over the years? It's like, because everything as you do it, you figure out what works, what doesn't work. What has changed since this started 6 years ago?
Nothing really. It's a fantastic,
Well-oiled machine.
Steven does a great job and getting it all laid out, getting it all set up. So people just come in, enjoy, have fun. There's a lot of laughter, a lot of different things like that. People having just a great time putting this together, and community thing. Everybody gets around a table and they start painting and they start laughing and trading colors and things like that. It's kind of fun. It's a blast.
Well, and we're on Daily Dodge YouTube today, and people that are watching are going to be able to see we have a big D20 to our right. I'm curious, what was the reasoning for bringing that in today?
Just for fun. See who talks first, or who's buying the beer tonight.
Oh yeah, roll for initiative.
I like that idea.
Yeah. We part of the Taste of Wisconsin. I've been on the Taste of Wisconsin committee since it first started, and I'm the only one to make every single year. And one of the things we were at a thing in Indiana, and we had a game that used these giant dice, and the winner got some prizes. So we thought, well, why don't we? My friend and I, Sean from Watertown, said, why don't we bring that to the Taste of Wisconsin? So we brought it about 3 or 4 years ago. We brought this along with the giant Jenga and some of the other things that we saw at these beer festivals and other places. And we started borrowing their ideas. I didn't say steal, borrowing their ideas and bringing them here. And one of them was to have a giant roll-off. So the giant roll-off, we have prizes for the people who roll, and it's highest moves on, and the loser goes home.
It's one of those things. Whenever you have a die with you, you find an excuse to use it too.
Yep.
So you go out there, you're going to be have the opportunity to do that. For people that want to participate, families or individuals that want to be a part of this mural painting, what were the hours that they can go up till and be confident they can still get a spot?
It's from 9 to 1, but I would come earlier, do that. And then we also have all the other things happening at the Art Center. We have our bed turning. I don't know if you know what a bed turning is.
Ooh, I would love to
And I
hear
was down
about
there
it.
this morning and looked at it. There's a Deanna down from Nancy Zeman Sewing Studio. They brought in a fake bed. It's not a real one. And on it are a stack of quilts. And then Lois Levenhagen reads the quilt about each quilt, and the two volunteers hold the quilt up. And they talk about how it was made, what kind of stitching it was, if it has a special family heirloom, if it's using a technique that's not known very well anymore, or nobody uses anymore, because some of them are fairly old and pretty fragile. And they do that, and it actually, I'm not a sewer and not a quilter, but the last time I watched it gave me goosebumps, because it was like, it's just to hear the story of these families that have had these things for dozens and hundreds of years and things like that. There was actually one that was an MC Escher looking one, and when they lifted it up, it looked like it was moving. It was the weirdest thing. It was
like an optical illusion.
Yeah, it was a quilt that was an optical illusion. It's like, but my favorite was the one where they take the edges. When you buy material, you have edges, and it has like the color schemes and the copyrights and all the things on it that are important. And the woman cut all those off and made a quilt out of that. Wow. And it's just little strips and little strips. The total chaos, and it was just beautiful.
I know I've grown up with my mom. She's always been a big quilter, and it's the time, love, and effort that goes into each of these. Yep. There's a story with every single quilt, like you said. Yep. So is that at the same time frame in that window that you can go down there?
You could go there. That you could go through. You can come anytime till July. You can come down and see those. The bed challenge is Saturday from 9 at 11 o'clock. Try to again. Saturday at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And it is usually the 11 o'clock is usually full, so you better come early. And then the afternoon one is a little lighter, but it's still usually standing room only, just to see this. So we'll do that twice. We have the Nancy Zeman Quilt Challenge, which is 50 years, even though it takes a while for it to get to us, so it's a couple years behind. So the theme is 1973. So there's some wonderful quilts. Kayla and I talked about the Twinkie bus. He had no idea what a Twinkie bus was.
Didn't know about the Twinkie bus.
I still don't know what that is.
That's a little Volkswagen minivan that looked like a Twinkie.
Oh, so it's almost like the Oscar Mayer
Wienermobile.
No, not a
Wienermobile.
wiener. It's actually.
Yeah, that's what
Twinkie.
it's like similar.
Same concept.
Yeah, same concept. It's when you see it, you know it. It's like, oh, there's the Twinkie van.
Oh, I'll be looking.
And there's
keep the eye out.
some great psychedelic stuff, some great music. There's a Pink Floyd one. There's just there's one that has 1973 was the year they stopped the draft. So there's one that actually features information about that on there. It's just incredible. That runs through June 23rd, and we'll have a closing reception for that on June 20th at 5 o'clock.
That's almost like, it's a step back in time. You're in
Yep.
a time capsule, so to speak, and you get to see what these quilts, the passions and
Yep.
design behind that from even 50 plus years ago. And I know we only have about a minute left with you, Craig, so I want to give you the floor.
I'll
Is
keep
there
talking.
anything else? No, I was just saying we'd love to have you on, too. We have so much to do today, but with about a minute left, what would you like to share? I want to give you the floor here.
Come on down. We're open. The art market is out in front of the building that the chamber runs. We don't do anything to do with it, but come on in and see the wonderful art we have. We have the bed turning. We have the quilt. We have our peony contest. We had a peony art contest. The winners are there, plus another 40 entries, and you can vote on your own. We're going to give prizes away for the People's Choice Awards. So you can come in and you could do that. And then our lower level, we're having like a super sale for things that artists have donated or things that we, because we've been around for over 60 years. What do we do with all this stuff? So we're trying to get art to people. So if we make it an attractive price, maybe they'll buy it, take it home. It supports the Art Center, because everything you should do should support the arts in one form or another. Not just us, but all the arts.
Craig, you're the man. It's always a pleasure talking with you, and I know that you've got to be excited. It's a big weekend coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to see how the die goes down the stretch here. We got to roll for initiative at some point.
Yep, you bet. I'll leave it here if you want. You guys could roll.
No,
Ooh,
be
I
careful.
love it.
I was going to say you might never see it again at that point. But thank you, Craig. That was Craig Caston, the board president with the Dodge County Center of the Arts. Cale, we are going to step aside here for a break. Before we come back, we're going to be talking with Deanna Springer and all the fun events. There's so much to talk about today, Cale. It's going to be a jam-packed weekend.
Yes.
But that is going to take us a break here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and Wally. It is a big day at McKinstry's today.
It's Friday the 13th.
It is
Cale.
Friday the 13th, and of course, each and every Friday the 13th, McKinstry celebrates with a gigantic sale, and today that tradition continues. At McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam, you'll find incredible savings on every item in every department. Savings up to, Wally, get this, 80% off. You heard that number right, up to 80% off. That's right. For example, Lazy Boy recliner, just $313. A reclining sofa, just $813. Or how about a two-piece sectional from England Furniture for just $1,300. Sofas, recliners, mattresses, dining sets, area rugs, accessories, and more. It's all on sale right now during the Friday the 13th sale. Plus, take advantage of free layaway and no interest financing for 6 months. Make 13 your lucky number today and it's today only. The Friday the 13th sale featuring sensational savings at McKinstry's Home Furnishings, celebrating 167 years in downtown Beaver Dam. And of course, while you're downtown tomorrow for the Arts and Peony Fest and Taste of Wisconsin, you can stop into McKinstry's too. They're right there here in downtown Beaver Dam. We might take a walk down there afterwards and say hello to Rick and Sandy and the whole crew down there.
We're stone's throw away. Friday the 13th, so 80% off. Yeah, you better believe I'll be checking it out.
Unbelievable. So stop down there at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. And Wally, I'm so excited. It's the extended version of Hometown Today. We got almost an hour and a half to go, which is awesome. And we are joined by another special guest who has dressed perfectly for the occasion, because we've got the big Arts and Peony Fest here this weekend in downtown Beaver Dam, and we are so thrilled to welcome on our pal Deanna Springer from Nancy Zeman Sewing Studios. Good morning. I love the dress.
Good morning, Cal. Thank you. I stitched it up just for you.
I bet you did. I love the flex. Tell them about the flex that she gave on us before we came back on the air.
Hey, yeah, I can make this dress. Not a big deal. I'm like, the idea of being able to make clothes is just like so beyond my brain. It's such a talent. And by the way, too, if we're talking about the perfect occasion, I love your glasses having the ability that you throw a different color on.
I didn't get the memo to wear my sunglasses, though. They're in my purse. Which I didn't show you that.
That is unbelievable.
Again, fitting.
It's Arts and Peony weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got to have the color and nonstop. And we had you in about, I want to say about a month ago, and we were talking a little bit about the Mike LaCrone event here that we're going to be having this weekend. For people that might not be aware of what is actually happening, can you fill us in a little bit?
Sure. We, at the Nancy Zeman Sewing Studio and Quilt Shop, we have an event space at 116 Front Street. That's where we hold our classes and events. And this weekend, we are hosting the Mike LaCrone jacket exhibit. So for people that don't know, Mike LaCrone was the University of Wisconsin marching band director for 50 years in Madison.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Pretty amazing
50.
run.
So he is sharing all of his jazzy jackets that he wore at the spring concert each year. So we have 35 jackets hanging, more than last year. We did have an exhibit last year. This is expanded. This is the largest collection. This is the only time this collection has ever been on display.
That is incredible. And can you explain the connection to Beaver Dam?
The connection to Beaver Dam is the person that sewed the jackets. Lois Levenhagen stitched up the jackets that are hanging. And when I first said, yes, we need to do this exhibit, I said to my husband, how are we going to do this? We have about 12 female dress forms, and we have a couple dozen jackets coming. And this year,
That's
3 dozen.
Jam-packed, too.
Right. So he said, oh, hi. Thanks for watching and tuning in.
There. Yeah, there we go.
I love it.
So Dennis, my husband, said, let's hang them from the ceiling. Excellent idea. We bought some really stout hangers, and we hung a fishing line from the ceiling. The jackets hang from the ceiling.
They're literally hanging from the rafters.
Hanging from the rafters, and they spin and twirl with the air conditioning going.
Oh, so you get to see everything right there.
You get to see them 360. So thanks to Dennis for coming up with that ingenious idea to hang the jackets and climb the ladder to the 16-foot ceilings. And they're full of sequins, sparkles, gems, buttons, decorations, so they sparkle.
Sparkling in the light with that turning, too. It's going to draw your eye. And I also saw there's going to be limited books available that you might even be able to get in there and get signed if you get there in time.
Right. Today, Friday, at 1 o'clock from 1 to 3, Mike LaCrone will be here at the 116 Front Street event space, and he will be signing books. Rosalie's Bookstore is bringing over books. At noon, you can purchase your book. If you've already advance purchased your book, bring it in and have Mike sign it and meet Mike. And I know, Cal, you want to meet Mike this weekend.
I do. I want to meet Mike LaCrone, legendary band director down there in Madison. I remember I never did make it down to Madison for one of the spring concerts, but I'd watch it every year on PBS. It was fantastic. He would, if you don't know, Mike would fly in.
Wait, literally fly in?
He would literally fly above the audience and fly
like
in
Pink
direct.
does
It was
today
amazing.
at Pink's concerts.
Yeah, right? Even in his 60s and 70s, he was doing that before he
Sometimes
retired.
a flying motorcycle.
Yeah.
Sometimes a deconstructed tuba that was expanded to ride on.
So you're going to be able to have an opportunity to meet a living legend if you get there from 1 to 3. I know that Shannon Cooley is a self-proclaimed band nerd, so she's fired up for this too. And again, this is the Badgers we're talking about here, fifth quarter. One of the most prestigious bands in the land, and right here in their backyard, you get this kind of opportunity. And Nancy Zeman's sewing studio over here, I know, can you tell us a little bit, obviously, about what they do over there as well? Because it's a great setup, and I think you guys are moving a little bit, too.
Yeah, we're expanding. The Nancy Zeman Sewing Studio and Quilt Shop is expanded into 3 storefronts now.
Wow, you're at 3? I
Yes.
thought it was 2. It's 3 now.
It's 3 now. That's we had a grand reopening a month ago at our big May sewing event, and we had a ribbon cutting, and then we now have our 120 Front Street Quilt Shop. Huge quilt shop. It's a destination. Our second store is 118 Front Street, which is our garment sewing studio. So everything you need to sew garments, Polar Fleece. Polar Fleece is a big seller in Wisconsin, so we've expanded our line of Polar Fleece, linens like I'm wearing today, denims, anything you want to sew garments with, we have it.
Wow, it's going to be jam-packed this weekend, too. I know that we have to go to break right now, but thank you so much for coming on. Big event today, 1 till 3. Make sure you head over there, get yourself a signed book, meet a living legend, and then get to see all the amazing things with the expansion 3 storefronts as well. So thank you so much for joining us
You're
today.
welcome, guys.
And have a great weekend.
We'll
It's
see
going
you
to be
this
fun.
weekend.
Yes.
All right, we're stepping aside now, Kale. We're going to take a short break, and on the other side, we're going to be talking to Libby Lumens about the art market. That's next here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And Hometown Today is presented today and every day by Professional Floor Covering and by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Jam-packed weekend, and I'm so excited to be joined for the second time this week by one of my favorite people in Beaver Dam, Libby Lumens. We have to talk about the art market, and I know we don't have a ton of time, so I have to turn it over to you. What's going on this weekend?
There is so much to see at the art market. It is the 4th annual. It happens on West Maple Avenue between the Dodge County Center for the Arts and in front of the Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. We're taking the entire street this year because we've expanded our vendors, which is awesome. So we have a little bit of everything. If you are interested in artisan foods, we have macarons, fudge, specialty cookies. Somebody's bringing stuffed cookies this year, which I'm super excited about.
Stuffed cookies, you got to help me out.
Trouble.
I don't know.
I don't know. It just sounds amazing. That's all I know.
I'm just like imagining a cookie with just a load of
Things
chocolate
in
chips
it.
or something, like an egregious amount.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what that's about. And then we have it all. Pottery, all kinds of ceramics. We have quite a few pottery vendors this year, which is great, offering a little bit of everything. Everyone's a little bit different. We're pretty selective with it's a juried show, so they apply, and then we read their applications, they send us photos, and then we get to decide who we want to represent us in Beaver Dam. So that's
so this
a new
is
thing.
high, top of the line
is.
stuff
It
here if
is.
you got chosen for this.
Yes. Yep. It's a curated art market, we like to call it. So, and we had a waiting list of probably 20 people.
Wow.
That we couldn't find booth space for, which was the most we've ever had this year. So, yeah.
Maybe the
awesome.
expansion keeps going down the road. It sounds like this is a well-oiled machine, but you guys have put in so much work to make this happen too.
So this is my third market. When we first started, I think the first year they did the art market, that was before my time. I think they had about 20 to 25 vendors, but the weather was terrible. So I think only 12 showed up. But I adopted this, and I think I send out invite applications to close to 700 artists.
Wow.
And then they can apply if their schedule allows, and then we narrow it down. We had over 150 applications this year, so.
Sent out to over 700, get 150 applicants.
Yep.
This is going to be, again, a massive, massive weekend, so make sure you're out here. What time does all the art market stuff get started this weekend?
So the art market is from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m.
9 until 4?
9 until 4, yep. So you can hit up the art market before you go to Taste of Wisconsin, before you check out the bed turning at Dodge County Center for the Arts, before you
hop on the trolley,
hop on the trolley to go see the flowers at the high school. Yes, there's lots to see and do. Early in the morning or later in the afternoon, if your husband wants to drink beer, you can go shop while he drinks beer. We got it all figured out.
Well, and if he wants to go shop and she wants to go drink beer,
wine,
go
yes, even better, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
There's something for everybody.
There is. Well, and Libby, I know that this is kind of putting you on the spot. It's a tough thing to say. Is there something that you particularly are over the moon excited about to get to see this weekend?
We have a whole bunch of garden art this year at the art market. We've kind of stepped our game up for that just because it's a garden festival, so we're hoping that that'll attract a lot of people. But we have some really cool garden art coming, which is fun.
So when you say garden art, is that pots that are painted and things like that?
A little bit of everything. We have sculptures, metal sculptures. They'll weld things together like shovels and nuts and bolts and turn them into frogs and cranes and pelicans, you name it. It's very cool.
Yeah, so come out, walk around 9 until 4. And where are people, again, this is an entire street that's going to be taken up?
All of Maple Avenue.
All of Maple Avenue.
So Marco's Pizza, right in front of BDACT. The Bank Esports, they're going to have a little beer and wine garden there. So if you need a break, they'll have some seating. We'll have some seating from the city. And you can have a beverage or two and some snacks and just relax and people watch. The people watching will be fabulous.
Oh, it's always great. Plus, again, it's taking place same day as Taste of Wisconsin, so do a little bit of everything. Got the trolley situation. Go over, check out the flowers at the high school. Come check out the art market from 9 to 4. And, of course, Taste of Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. So you tie those three together. I don't know if you have a better Saturday on your hands.
I don't think so. Art on the Town is actually going to be a vendor this year, and they're doing a pottery demonstration, which is the first time that we've had a demonstration. And it's a local business, so we're super excited to see what Chris and her staff put together for the pottery demonstration.
So a
tomorrow.
pottery demonstration, is that like the actual process of making it?
They're having the wheels there and everything.
Oh, so like
Yeah.
the clay, the dirty
Yep.
hands, like I'm going to
Yeah.
shape it right in front of
Yeah.
people?
Yep.
That always amazed me.
Isn't
I'm
it?
not talented enough to ever even imagine doing something
Well,
like that.
they have classes all the time, Wally. I think you should check it out.
Well, I was just saying,
I
you're
think
going to
that's
have
your
the next
thing.
punishment.
Yeah, it's not a punishment.
Well,
It-
if I have to put something that's going to be ruining the kiln, probably it's probably a punishment on them, if anything.
you don't know unless you try.
It's true. Well, maybe that's the next thing. We got to venture out.
Yeah.
Well, Libby Lumens, thank you for joining us today. As always, I'm looking forward to hearing about how everything goes this weekend. And thank you. I know that there's been a lot of hard work that has gone on to make this happen. So you're the best. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds great. You know it's going to be a big weekend, Kale. I know you're going to be checking out the art
I'm
market.
so excited. Yeah, I'm gonna be bopping around town all day tomorrow. Probably gonna be starting out over at the high school, checking out the big National Flower Show. That's gonna be fun. So I'll check that out, and I'll be filing reports all day on here on 95.3 WBEV. You can check out our social media too. I'll be posting updates there. So gonna probably start out there. Then I might check out the trolley. I gotta see this trolley. That looks like an awesome option. Come downtown here. We'll check out the lawn party going on over at the Dodge County Historical Society. Go check out the art market over there on Maple. Make our way over here to Taste of Wisconsin. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a super fun day. And by the way, the forecast, chef's kiss.
2 days ago, we were
Absolute
nervous.
chef's
Thank
kiss.
goodness.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness it's right.
48 hours ago when I looked at that forecast, I went, it might get a little wet, it might be a little cold. And then checking again this morning, I'm like, this is perfect.
It's because we had a backup plan for both
That's
the art
correct.
market and Taste of
When
Wisconsin.
you have it, you won't need it.
That's why you
that
bring an
was
umbrella,
very
even
smart.
when it's sunny.
And you
That
knocked
was
on wood
very
the other
smart.
day. I think that's very important to remember.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That is Libby Lumens here with the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center. Going to be a really, really, really fun weekend here, Wally. And before we get to that, we should mention here before we go to break, we've got a busy day because we're here right now till 11, and then as soon as we're done here at 11, you gotta run down North Spring Street.
I have to run down North Spring Street. We're going over to Slumberland for a brat fry, 11 until 1. And I tell you what, Kale, if you like the locks that Wally's got on top of his head, you got one more shot to see him.
Yeah,
It's happening today.
I keep looking over. I keep looking. If you're watching on Daily Dodge TV, you notice I'm just enjoying Wally's hair while he still has it because this time tomorrow it won't be there anymore.
I'm going to be sleeping like a baby this summer. I can't even remember what it was like not to have hair. I have so much admiration for women that are able to deal with this every day.
I am a little disappointed. You did promise me originally that on the last day of having this, you were going to pull the Troy
You know what? I'll
Polamalu
do
and
that.
blow it out.
We're going to do that. I'm going
All
to
right.
pull it down, and I'm going to be
I
fluffing
love
it during the
it.
break so you get to
All
see how
right.
ridiculous this gets.
Fantastic. This is Hometown Today. We are live at the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center, getting ready for the big weekend here in downtown Beaver Dam. Arts and Peony Fest, Taste of Wisconsin. It's going to be so much fun. And guess what? You get us for another hour. We're sticking around till 11 o'clock. Going to have a lot more guests we're going to sit down with and talk a lot more about all the events. I'm looking for it. Look at this
I got
guy.
Libby over here giving me the eyes of
Yeah.
what in the world is going on.
I love
over
it.
there.
Daily Dodge TV is the place to be this morning, folks. You can check out the hair. We'll be back with more Hometown Today coming up next hour here on 95.3 WBEV and Daily Dodge TV. Welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering right there on Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Locally owned, they are an Abbey Design Center. Randy and his team are there to help you design the perfect space. Of course, with floors in their name, you know they've got you covered when it comes to flooring. They've got a phenomenal lineup of carpet. I mean, you're looking for something, you're going to find it there. Like, you know, you're looking for whatever color you're looking for, whatever style, whatever pattern, they are there to help you out. Plus, they've got a great selection of hardwood, laminate, that very, very popular LVP flooring. They got a huge selection of that, a lot of different options there to fit your design, plus tile and stone. And we love that they do custom area rugs. Can't find an area rug in your size? No worries. Go to Professional Floor Covering. Look at that huge selection of carpet that we talked about. You pick it, they'll make an area rug. You want it rectangle? No problem. You want it square? No problem. You want it round? No problem. You want it, well, there might be some limitation. I was going to say like the,
you just create your own shape.
Yeah, exactly. Not sure we can do like the WBEV logo, but they can help you out with the custom area rug. And of course, when you work with Professional Floor Covering, Randy and his team will come out to your home, get everything measured up for free. They can provide suggestions on different types of flooring, what might work for your design, and they'll get you a quote and give you some different price options as well. Professional Floor Covering, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, online at PROFLR.com.
And now we welcome on again, second time today, a long time no see. We have Shannon Cooley, the Tourism and Marketing Manager with BD Tourism. And Shannon, again, this is our last time we get to talk to you in the next 7 minutes. It's a jam-packed slate. And I see you have a list in front of me here. Where do you even want to start?
We're going to start right now talking about all our awesome sponsors who, if we didn't have our sponsors, these events wouldn't happen either. So I'm just going to run through the list with a big thank you to our sponsors for the Wisconsin Arts and Peony Festival. Horicon Bank, thank you so much for the trolley transportation on Saturday.
Yeah.
They are sponsoring that trolley for Saturday, and the trolley is happening Saturday only. So just to let our visitors know, and that will be happening between 9 and 5 p.m. Power Sports and John Deere are big sponsors for the Wisconsin Arts and Peony Festival, and of course Oven's Peony Farm, who is our biggest partner in this festival. So thank you so much. Their farm today is open for farm tours. They have actually been open a little over a week, but you're going to she's got so many peonies, and they all come at different times. So you're going to see some of those, have a chance at buying some peony bouquets. You're going to be able to, she has a great peony boutique, so you can buy aprons and candles and all the good stuff. And she does have potted peonies as well. So while supplies last, we do think that those will probably sell out. And then I want to kind of talk about all of our Taste of Wisconsin sponsors, because I know after my segment, we're going to reel into the Taste of Wisconsin and talk all about that, and calling in for that ticket that you're going to win. So if anyone is listening right now, hang on, stay tuned. They will be giving a ticket away after I am done with my segment with the John Henry Companies, who graciously donated one of his tickets. He is one of our sponsors. And Klodowski, so Chris Klodowski will be on after me. So let's run through all of those great sponsors for the Taste of Wisconsin Beer, Cheese, and Wine Festival, happening tomorrow, Saturday, June 14th from noon to 4. Unlimited sampling. Grab your tickets at tasteofwisconsin.net. A big thank you to Klodowski Real Estate, Kraft Heinz, Summit Auto, The Market, American Bank, MEC, Mayville Engineering Company, Tyjeski Chiropractic, John Deere, Hometown Glass, Loyal Exteriors, and Old Hickory. So just to run down, thank you so much for providing us the chance to have these festivals that bring in visitors from all over the state. I'm so happy that visitors are walking in. They started walking in yesterday, all over New York, Chicago, Illinois, Montana, Texas. Wow. All kinds of people coming, and some of them convention members as well. So it's going to be a really busy weekend. And I know I'm talking really fast because I know I'm on time here.
You're good.
You've got time.
I've got
time.
A couple
minutes.
So I am so excited because I'm a UW marching band geek. I think everyone knows that. And anytime I'm talking about the Wisconsin Arts and Peony Festival, I am so happy to be talking about the Harmonious Threads jacket exhibit. And I know Deanna was on earlier, and I think she probably touched base on that. But Mike LeCrone will be on his way today. He is doing a book signing. He is so excited to be attending this event again. And books will be available for purchase on site. If you weren't able to pre-purchase those, grab a book. Meet Mike. He's such a great guy, so gracious, and he's such a
living legend.
He is a legend, and this is your chance to meet him and also see a fabulous exhibit of all Lois's jackets that were handmade and created for all of his concerts. And you're going to actually see some extra jackets that were made by other seamstresses, and one of them is the actual UW-Madison. That used to be the home economics, but I think it's the humanities department that actually made one of his jackets as well. So some interesting things, but the mayor is going to be there today at 1 p.m., as well as Tim Elbis from KMB, who is a tuba player. So shout out to Tim. He's going to give a little speech. He is so excited to see Mike again after so many years. He was in the UW marching band. So
full circle moment.
He will now be referred to as Tuba Tim.
Tuba Tim.
That's his new nickname. Sorry, Tim.
He's going to love that. But the book, it's a great book. Tim has actually read it. He's super excited to be giving that speech and introducing Mike. So stop on down Nancy Zeman Sewing Studio and Quilt Exhibit Event Space, 1 p.m. to meet Mike LeCrone, the legend himself, the showman. He is actually known as Wisconsin Showman. I don't know if you've ever heard him coin that, but I am so excited. I'm going to be there. We're going to be videotaping that, so it's gonna be a fun day. So I'm super excited, and also puts Beaver Dam on the map. This is an exhibit that was actually talked about before COVID, and it just never happened and came to fruition, and we just happened to be the first. And now the second time having this exhibit, because it's never been done before.
That's amazing.
Well, a huge thank you, obviously, to all those partners that made this possible. But we also have to say thank you, because this is going to be a big event. We know how hard you've been working on it. I can see the excitement, and it's going to come together. I'm so fired up to hear about how this weekend goes. And I know we only have about a minute left, but is there anything else that we have to go over? Make sure we hit.
Yes. Visit beaverdam.com is your resource. Go out to the website. You're going to find all the information about all of the festivals happening this weekend. Get your tickets at tasteofwisconsin.net. $55, unlimited sampling, 40 breweries. Go out and download that Taste of Wisconsin app. You're going to see everyone that's going to be attending that event for vendors, food trucks, breweries, wineries, everyone. You can also grab a paper schedule of events here at the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitors Center at 127 South Spring Street. If you have any questions, give us a call, 920-887-8879. But we're here all day throughout the weekend. And even after hours, we have a yellow metal box over here that's going to have all of the information that you can grab and QR codes to scan that download that schedule of events. So
any excuse to come in, by the way, too. You get to see this area, get to have that paper schedule. I'm more of the paper schedule guy myself.
Yeah, that's really unusual for your demographic, but that's
I'm
right.
an old man. I'm stuck in like a 31-year-old's body.
I do have to do a shout out. Make sure you get to Swan Park Saturday night. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's a free concert. Ian Seaholm and the Nighthawks, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's a free concert in Swan Park. It's a historic Swan Park. You have to go and visit that park when you're here in Beaver Dam. So again, and thank you to the Beaver Dam Recreation Department for partnering with us for that concert as well.
Yeah, beautiful area over there. I still every now and then walk by. We get to see Uncle Bill's memorial tree over there as well. It's just a beautiful park. This town in general, there's a reason why we have events like this that come here, and it's a big reason of that is because of people like you, Shannon, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
It's my job.
You could say that.
I love my job.
You go above and beyond. But we are going to step aside for a quick break, and when we come back, we have so much more to talk about with this weekend coming up. But that's next on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. We are presented today and every day by Professional Floor Covering and McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Beautiful morning. We're sitting outside the Chamber of Commerce right now, and I'm excited because we get to talk to basically the next-door neighbor here, the literal next-door neighbor, Patrick Lutz. Patrick, this is a big event this weekend, big nonstop with stuff as we're getting the honks at and the waves. Patrick, I got to start. How are you doing this weekend? You got to be fired up.
We are so fired up because we were just talking about the weather. Every time you look at the weather report, my wife finally banned it in our house because I was looking at it every hour and every 15 minutes, and it just kept getting better and better, and now we are so pumped.
We should be. I mean, this is unbelievable right now. It sounds like tomorrow might be even better somehow.
Yes.
And if that happens, I mean, you couldn't have scripted it any better. And with this Historical Society, with this weekend, what exactly role are you guys going to be playing?
Well, for many years on the Saturday of this particular weekend, we've had our lawn party. But then 4 years ago, we added a ghost story festival, and people always ask us, why don't you do it at Halloween? And so we thought we could do a ghost story festival and kind of help kick off the Peonies Fest, and it's turned out to be a fantastic thing.
And it's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. We couldn't have picked a better day. McKinstry's and us, that's we tie them in because they have their big sale, and so Friday the 13th. And a crazy thing happened today, and we have so many crazy things that happen at the museum. But we had a rain date at the Watermark. And Jana Stevens, I was going to call her this morning, and so I thought, well, I'll call her right now. I usually call her at 9, and because if it would have rained, we would have used the Watermark.
Of course.
So I pick up my phone, I dial it, and she is like freaking out on the other side because she was going to call me at exactly the same time.
Oh, get out.
So we both said that's going to be a positive thing. We're using positive energy for Friday the 13th.
I love it.
You have to.
Yes.
I was going to say, turn 13 into a lucky number. And so, again, this has changed over the years. And what has led to this development into what you guys are doing now?
Okay, so tonight is our Ghost Story Festival, and this is our 4th year. We think we have the best lineup we've ever had. We have a highlight for the night. Our headliner, his name is Chad Lewis. He's internationally known as a paranormal expert, and he will be the finale of the evening. And people are pumped. We've been getting phone calls about, is he really going to be here? Can we get him to sign our copy of our book that he's written? And so we're really excited about that. But we really have a nice lineup of lots of local people and some people from Heartland players. Jessica Schultz is her name, and this will be her 4th year, and she's absolutely phenomenal. Everybody said, bring her back. You got to have that lady again. So we'll have 5 ghost stories. And then we have music, too. So we have pan flute music. And you might say, oh, my gosh, pan flute. But this gentleman stopped in at the Historical Society and said, hey, if you ever need this. And we thought, okay. And then before he walked out the door, I thought, that could be some really cool, eerie music.
Yeah.
So he and his daughter are going to play. They're going to start at 7, and then the event will start at 7:30.
That's unbelievable. So we're going to have live music. You said ghost stories. For people that want to get out, you said starts at 7:30. When can they expect this to run till tonight?
Probably between 8:30 and 9. So usually goes about an hour 15. And so like I said, we are so excited. We've been setting up the stage with thinking, well, are we setting it up and then we're going to have to be somewhere else? But we're so glad to be at our home because that's how that all came about, because of the strange things that happened in that building over the years. And all the board members have a story, just things that we cannot explain. So we'll start the show off with 3 board members talking about what interesting experiences that they had in the last year that they can share with the audience.
In the last year?
In the last year, yes.
Well,
yes.
I got to ask you, because obviously Friday the 13th, we got ghost stories. I don't want you to spoil too much, but how about you? What kind of events have you had in your life?
Mine are
over
always, I find things that I need, and I may not even be for this particular event or something connected with the Historical Society, but I'll find something that I need for another project I'm working on, and I'll been in that room many different times, and all of a sudden what I'm looking for is like right in front of me on a shelf that I know I looked at before, and there it was.
And it wasn't there before.
Exactly, yes.
That's going to be so exciting. I mean, again, I love ghost stories. And Friday the 13th, what a better way to kick off this eventful weekend.
Working perfectly, and I'm so excited. I am in that crowd of being super excited for Chad Lewis to be here. If you're not familiar with Chad, he's done just He's spent a lot of years doing paranormal investigations. I mean, you have a question about anything haunted in the state of Wisconsin, like that's your guy to go to. He's been featured on national television multiple times, so really, really fortunate to have him here in Beaver Dam. So excited for that. That's coming up tonight. And then you guys, no rest for the wicked, because you guys turn right back around.
I go home and get a few hours of sleep, and then our whole crew will be back. And I have to thank our board, because they're working right there. They're waiting for me to come back. I mean, I gave them some jobs, and they're just jumping at it and really getting it done. But then we just do a flip, and then our lawn party that we've had at least 20 years. And we have an antique fire truck. We'll have a car show, antique cars on the lawn. We have the Characters, who are a well-known area band, and they're going to be playing on the same stage that we have for the Ghost Story. So they'll be there tomorrow from 1 until 3.
Wow. So again, it really is. It's a full plate, but that's a good thing too. If you have a full plate, it means you're eating. And
yes.
That's the way I look at it. And this weekend, again, you guys are going to be jam-packed tonight. You can come out 7:30 for the event, get ghost stories.
Absolutely.
Jam into that, because everybody loves a good ghost story. It's Friday the 13th. You got to lean into it. And then 1 to 3 tomorrow, you said.
1 to 3 is the music, but otherwise it's 10 to 3 and we have the Historical Society open. We have got a couple new exhibits that we're ready to show off tomorrow, Saturday, and free root beer floats. So yes, and we've been doing that for years. And we try to do everything free at the organization, just to show our support, show the community. We appreciate them for all their support for the Dodge County Historical Society.
Can you give us a little teaser on what these exhibits are going to look like tomorrow?
Well, yeah, we've got a kind of an interesting one, a Beaver Dam participation in the Civil War, which is going to be really cool. But then we have one dedicated to a person that people have forgotten about, and his name was Orrin Hoferbert, and he developed all kinds of electrical things. He was an electrical genius, worked for Monarch Range, and did all kinds of things, lighting at the Swan Park Bandshell, and also in front of our building, the fountain. So he's amazing, and so we thought he's a truly a hometown hero.
Well, I think I was talking to Roger Knoll about a month ago about that fountain out front, because that's something that was like almost lost to time, and then like rediscovered that this was put on by this gentleman.
Right. In 1964, they redid the whole fountain in front, and he was part of the lighting system, and it was also sound played from inside the building, the speaker outside. People could drive up and have a 90-second presentation with music and sound.
Amazing.
Oh, you literally drive-by exhibit.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And that's only 2 of them. You said there were going to be 5 different ones, or 5 new exhibits that you guys were having?
We've got our World War exhibit, our talks about Beaver Dam at war and all the different wars going all the way back to the Civil War.
And like those members of the community that were fighting in that war?
Right, absolutely. And we've got this really, really cool World War I trench warfare exhibit that we think is one of the best around. So they got to check that out too.
I'm a sucker for any kind of war kind of history. So you're talking about trench warfare.
Trench warfare,
so
yes.
Like, what can people expect to see these?
Well,
exhibits?
you can actually see then what it would have looked like. So we used all kinds of pictures, and we found some memorabilia from Wisconsin veterans from World War I. So the mannequins are dressed as they would have been in World War I. But trench warfare was pretty nasty. I mean, but it's I think our volunteers who put it all together did a fantastic job, and our curator Kurt, he's led the charge on a number of these things, and so we're very excited, and we're always ready to show off our building.
Yeah, you should be. And I know that the World War I vets aren't with us anymore, but it's important to remember the sacrifice that they made for us. And you look back tougher guys than we'll ever be, Cale.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
I mean, there's a reason you hear trench foot, and that's like that was like diet stuff compared to a lot of the things that they were dealing with.
We're not the type of guys they send into battle, for sure.
No, if they do, they're just like, all right, let them take this guy out first, and we'll worry about it afterwards.
Yeah, we're the ones they use as bait.
Well, Patrick, before we let you go, is there anything else that you want to share about what's coming up this weekend?
Again, also want people to know that the Ghost Story Festival is also free, and bring a lawn chair. We have limited seating, but bring your own. That'd be the best thing. And most people start arriving around 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And the show starts at 7:30. We've got that great entertainment, and they've got some really eerie music that they're going to be playing with a pan, flute, and guitar, and they're really good, and we're happy to have them. So I just say, just come on out and enjoy just a really fun evening.
And we should mention, Pat, people might think, okay, Ghost Story Festival, leave the kids at home, it's going to be scary. This is family friendly.
We have one at the very beginning that's totally children's. It's a children's ghost story, and they're going to love it. They were rehearsing last night, and I want to thank all those folks, our all-stars from Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, because they have done lots of rehearsing. People sometimes think, oh, you just show up and you do your thing. No, they've been rehearsing for several weeks, and with costumes, and it's gonna be really neat.
Yeah, I imagine you take a ton of pride in this. I'm glad you took the words out of my mouth. I was wondering, if you are a parent and you have like a 6 and 8 year old at home, you bring them out, they're gonna have a good time. You're not gonna be worried about getting them to bed tonight.
No, not at all. It's family oriented and just a lot of fun.
Well, Patrick, thank you so much for joining us today. I know people are going to be fired up. Friday the 13th. You can't get any better than this. It worked out for us. Hopefully we get some more ghost stories and fun exhibits and events from you guys down the road here.
And thank you so much, and thanks for all of your support over the years. So
absolutely.
Take care, and let's think positive. We're going to have this fantastic weekend ahead of us.
We are.
Yes.
You're the man, Patrick. I always love the energy.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, of course. Thank you. And Kale, again, there's so much going on.
There is.
It's going to be a great weekend. It starts early today, so you make sure you basically just head downtown Beaver Dam. You're going to have stuff all over for the next 48 hours.
We've already seen people going in and out of the chamber here, picking up the map,
Steady
picking up
stream.
all the info, getting out and about town. It's going to be a great weekend.
It's going to be. And Kale, we're going to step aside for a break. Here's from Terry Bell and Bottom of the Hour News. And then when we come back, we are going to be giving away a ticket to the Taste of Wisconsin. So make sure you keep listening. We will have that call-in competition.
Sure, call-in contest, yeah.
Contest,
whatever you want to call
whatever
it.
you want to call it. That'll be right next on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering and McKinstry's Home Furnishing in downtown Beaver Dam. And it is Friday the 13th, so McKinstry's is going to be having a big, big day. Year after year, McKinstry's has celebrated each and every Friday the 13th with an incredible sale. Today, that tradition continues at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Get incredible savings on every item in every department with savings up to 80% off. That's 80% off. For example, a Lazy Boy recliner for only $313, a reclining sofa for just $813, or a two-piece sectional from England Furniture Company, only $1,300. Sofas, recliners, mattresses, dining sets, area rugs, accessories, and more are all on sale. Plus, take advantage of free layaway and no interest financing for 6 months. Make 13 your lucky number. That's what we were just saying in the last group. Make 13 your lucky number. Today only, the Friday the 13th sale featuring sensational savings at McKinstry's Home Furnishings, celebrating 167 years in downtown Beaver Dam. And Kale, we have lots of stuff going on, but very excited. We're joined now, of course, by Chris Kladowski, and we have a giveaway for Taste of Wisconsin. And I believe we're saying caller 5. Are we going for?
Right now, we're going to give away a ticket to Taste of Wisconsin, courtesy of the John Henry Companies. Who John Henry, the junior, coming in hot right off the bat there. So. So we're going to be giving that away right now. So we're going to say caller number 5 at 885-4446, 885-4446. Caller number 5, Jeff's he's back at studio. He's ready. He's waiting by the phones. He's excited to grab your calls, and he's going to let us know who was caller number 5 and who wins. So again, a ticket to Taste of Wisconsin on the line right now for caller number 5 at 885-4446, courtesy of the John Henry Companies.
Let's go. Well, first of all, thank you both for joining us today. It's going to be a very fun weekend. We have a lot of stuff on tap. We're just giving away a ticket to one of those major events, Taste of Wisconsin. Can you tell us a little bit about what your guys' involvement with this great event's going to be?
We'll duke it out. I am just going to be part of the ticket scanning, getting you in the gate, making sure you have a wristband, and you are good to go and enjoy the beverages of the event.
Have you been doing this before? Have you done like the ticketing or worked at Taste of Wisconsin? So how long have you been a part of this?
This is only my 3rd year.
Okay, so yeah, we're still getting the sea legs a little bit with this.
Yeah.
Right.
And the coolest part is, like, if they're showing an ID to get their wristband, the span of where people are coming from, like people from other, and not necessarily they flew to Beaver Dam for the Taste of Wisconsin. I mean, they should. But, like, say they were here visiting someone in Wisconsin from Germany, and they came to the Taste of Wisconsin here in Beaver Dam.
Well, and we have a national event over there at the high school this weekend. Yep. So we're going to have people popping in from all over. And now, John, I got to ask you, what's your involvement, and how long have you been working with this?
I lost track of years. It's been 10 plus, I think, at this point, 12 plus. Used to do a lot of the beer selection at the beginning. Now we have a lot of great involvement from our distributors, so we've left a lot of that to them, as well as a lot more participation from the brewers themselves being here. I think we're up to 14 or 18 brewers that are going to be here representing their stuff. 5 wineries, and then also a new THC water or soda company that's going to be here as well this year. So it's been doing it a long time. I'm going to be the point of contact this year since the Chamber's got a lot involved with the Arts and Peony Festival, and then kind of helping in charge of keeping everybody stocked with their beverages during the day at the tables. So.
Yeah, and when people, they can make on this app that we've been talking about too, that you can actually go out and make your to-drink list.
Yes.
And there's a trolley that's going to pick you up too. So if you do have a little too much fun out there, you're going to be taken care of, getting dropped off 4 different locations around the area. You've been around, you said, for 10 to 12 years. You've been around for 3 years with this event. Since you have been a part of this, how has this event evolved and changed? And I'm sure, especially with the weather, for the better.
You know, it's grown quite a bit. We've added wine in the last 2 years. That's starting to be a thing that we've added in to help with, some of the people that don't necessarily like beer, but they want to come with their husband or their wife that does enjoy it. So it gives others something else to try. it used to be right here in front of the chamber on the street, and now we've moved it back into the tower parking lot, and eventually we're probably going to have to start expanding at some point. First year we put a limit on tickets, so make sure you get your tickets ahead of time. But yeah, it keeps growing and keeps getting better. We've got an app this year, so get on your
The Taste of Wisconsin app.
Yeah, Taste of Wisconsin. Again, make that to drink list.
Yes.
You can go out and figure out what's already out there right now.
Yes.
And
correct.
and then you can make your map. Because I know if I start going away, things like, I wasn't sure I liked that. And then I'm not wasting my time not being able to get to the ones I actually really want to drink. So how about you? Since this has evolved, like in the last 3 years, how has this grown in your eyes? Because it feels like an unbelievable event.
Just joined the board this year, and somebody asked about the amount of work. These guys have it so ironed out. Like, it's some meetings, the Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor Center. Hats off to them. Like, they are so fantastic in Beaver Dam, and all the work that Shannon and her crew does to have this all set up and instructions and maps, and it's fantastic.
Doesn't it feel? I mean, Beaver Dam. There's a reason why there's a pride in this area.
For sure.
Because everybody does dive in. People like Shannon help put this event on, and you two for being such spearheads and making this possible too. So first of all, thank you for making this so possible. What are you most excited to see people getting a chance to enjoy with this particular event this weekend?
I just love seeing all the different groups of people and faces, the families that come, the 21-year-olds up through grandma and grandpa coming as a group to hang out together and walk through and try the different beers and spend the day together. The music, it's nice that there's the options for people there is a, what's the proper term? Like an NA entry ticket. Like, if you're just coming as a designated driver, you can join your friend or spouse or whatever it is and enter and have fun and, buy food and enjoy the cheese and all that good stuff without having to drink anything if that's something that you're not interested in.
Yeah, we all need that DD. We all very much appreciate it. And we have the option. We'll have 4 trolley stops around the area too, so you can pop over, check out the art exhibit, come back, check out Taste of Wisconsin, go over to the high school, see some more beautiful flowers, Kale. And you got something for me.
I'm excited. We have ourselves a winner, Wally.
We do.
We have a winner. The winner of the Taste of Wisconsin ticket, courtesy of John Henry Company's Nancy Toll.
Nancy Toll.
Congratulations, awesome. Nancy.
Congratulations, Nancy.
Your ticket will be here at the Chamber of Commerce office, so stop down today and grab that. And you are in sampling all these delicious beers.
Well, and we're going to come back and talk even more about these delicious beers in the Taste of Wisconsin event right on the other side of the break here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering and by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Kale, you and I are joined by John Henry and Chris Kladowski right now. Taste of Wisconsin is this weekend. It's a big event. Make sure you get that Taste of Wisconsin app downloaded there as well so you can be prepared and actually have your to-do list. I was asking you guys a little bit during the break, and I'd love to talk about it now on air. How did you initially come to be actually involved with this event?
Initially, it was just volunteering because you need so many volunteers volunteering to help out. And this year, merely because Shannon asked if I would be on the committee.
It's hard to say no to Shannon.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Which is a good thing. We're happy to have you. And John, how about you? How did this all come to be and you get involved at Taste of Wisconsin?
Well, after I got moved back from Madison, a couple of friends of mine, Bill and Jeff, were on the board, and they were looking for more people, and they reeled me in pretty quick. And I now think it was just a play for Jeff to get out of there at some point and throw me in. So that's kind of how I got in, and just, I was down in Madison, enjoyed the craft beer thing down there. It was home brewing at the time, that kind of thing. So it's a fun thing to get involved with the community and help it make it grow to what it is now. So
it's so cool. Even as we were at break, you saw families walking around already. That hasn't even started. It's going to be such a big weekend here. And I do want to ask and give you guys the floor. I know we only have a few minutes left. What do people need to know about what's going to be coming up this weekend?
Taste of Wisconsin app. Download it. Search it out on your phone. Download it. It's going to show you all of the brewers, the events, the beverages. Or go to tasteofwisconsin.net. There are limited tickets available, so just in case you don't want a chance, maybe not having a ticket tomorrow when you come, you can buy it in advance. John can cover the breweries, but there's 40 breweries and 5 wineries. It's unlimited sampling. You pay your fee, you get a lovely themed glass with it. In your ticket, there'll be live music here by Mood Medication. There will also be live music at Uga, Thirsty Beaver. You can go to the Chamber, Beaver Dam Chamber and Visitor website. And then in the evening from 6:30 to 8:30, it is ENC Home and the Night Thieves. It will be at Swan City Park with, 70s, 80s, and 90s rock.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm jumping in to run through the list.
Welcome back, Shannon.
Shannon's got the beer list. The very important information.
I have the beer. So breweries that will be at the Taste: Starkweather Brewing, Ope, Explorium, Hop and Barrel, Dusterbeck's, Rookery, Falklandia, Lakefront, Roland's, Lion's Tail, Hubbleton, Hoya Hop House, Knuth, Hinterland, and Hillsborough. We will have other breweries that we do work with distributors with, so 40 breweries total.
40 breweries total.
Impressive.
Thank you, Shannon.
I just didn't want to.
That was a good tag team in there.
Yeah.
Right.
She tagged Dish like, I got this.
Yeah, well, perfect stuff. Well, and I want to leave the floor with you guys because we have, again, about a minute. So anything else that we have to share? I know this event is about to be just a doozy this weekend. A lot of hard work from you guys. And
perfect
very
weather to go with it.
Could not be better weather. 75, it looks like sunny. It doesn't get better than that. But I'll leave the floor with you guys. What do we have to know?
This year is going to be a once every 7-year occurrence where we have the Big Arts and Peony Festival and Taste of Wisconsin on the same weekend. So we have that many more people coming into town, which is why it's that much more important to get your tickets ahead of time, because there are only so many glasses with the years on them, and those go along with the tickets. So get your tickets now. The weather's looking good. We do have official backup venues now indoors, so you don't have to worry about whether the weather's gonna do whatever it's gonna do. So get out there, get your tickets, get down here, have a good time, bring your friends, bring your family. Tons of food trucks, tons of other stuff going on around town. It's not just a drinking event. We got cheeses and, like I said, the food trucks and everybody else that's involved with it. So it's a good time for everyone.
You're not just warm and fuzzy from the beer, you're warm and fuzzy from the sense of community. It's a great time.
Yeah. Wow, well said. And thank you both so much, again, not only for joining us today, but all the hard work that goes into this. It's what makes this town as special as it is people like you and the hard work you do.
Oh, and you guys are huge. Thank you.
Well, yeah, all right.
We're all right. Good at taking the compliments, are you?
All right, well, okay. But seriously, it's going to be a great weekend, so everybody make sure you jump on out. But Chris and John, again, thanks for hopping hopping on, and can't wait to hear how this weekend goes.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
And Kayla, I got to hand it back over to you. I know we usually do our What's Going On and a show. We have a 2-hour show today.
Yeah.
A little bit different timing.
I think
but
we know what's going on.
there's a lot going on, and
Yeah.
we've been talking about it for 2 hours.
And I'll tell you, I should mention, too, with Taste of Wisconsin, Father's Day is Sunday. I don't know if you've noted this, Wally, in your calendar, and if anybody else out there is like, oh, yeah, Father's Day is Sunday. What do I don't... Listen, just get Dad to Taste of Wisconsin. I mean,
Oh, what a good call.
right? Like, can't get mad at that.
And just like moms, dads too, half of the thing is being together. If you want to be together, buy a ticket, go out and make memories that way. That's going to be like a Father's Day to remember right off the rip.
Exactly. I love that idea. So think of just something to think about. And do want to mention, Wally, I mentioned earlier, I'll be out and about around town tomorrow checking out all the festivities. You can listen here on 95.3 WBEV starting around 10 a.m. I'll have reports bringing you that. We'll be active on the Facebook, WBEV Radio. So super excited about that. But also, if you're coming downtown to the Arts and Peony Fest over on Maple Avenue there by the Center for the Arts, or if you're coming to Taste of Wisconsin downtown, while you are there, look for our 95.3 WBEV and ESPN Beaver Dam signs, and on those signs you're going to find a QR code, and you scan that QR code, and you can get in on our Chasing Chamber Cash contest that we're going to have going. You scan the code. It'll bring you to a little registration form. You fill out a little bit of information. It'll take you about 90 seconds. Hit submit, and you are entered to win. And 2 lucky winners, each going to win a $50 chamber check, and 1 lucky winner going to take home a $150 chamber check. So get in on that while you're. I mean, just like we don't have enough for you to do. We got one more extra bonus for you to take home some chamber checks and enjoy some shopping around Beaver Dam.
Well, first of all, thanks, Kale, for joining me today. Thank you, Jeff
Absolutely.
Hall, back
Yes,
at
thank
the
you, Jeff.
WBEV studios, making us sound good today. And again, make sure you come out. It's going to be a great weekend, a great example of what makes this town as special as it is.
Yes.
Huge thank to everybody that joined us this morning, too. Their hard work making this event come to be. And make sure you come out to Slumberland later today. 11 to 1, we have a brat fry coming up. $2 for that Pernat brat. You get that drink with it as well. You can't beat that. And then, of course, at 4 to 5 today, make sure you're watching on Daily Dodge YouTube stream. This hair's gone. Only reason I have it down right now is because Kayla asked me to do it. You got the awful fro here. It will be gone. It will be buzzed. It will be taken to the 0 point.
Yep.
So cannot wait for that. 4 to 5. You can either hear that on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam or on Daily Dodge TV. But, Kale, that's going to do it for us today.
Been a blast.
On Hometown today. Thanks again to the Chamber for having us. And make sure that you guys all have a great weekend and be safe. This has been Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.